Williams here. Let's talk about niche for like 5 minutes and then we'll be done. This is not a long Q&A, but I'm getting a ton of questions about the niche and is it really, really important and should you have one? Now, a lot of people in creative agencies don't really have a niche. They think they do because they think they do Facebook ad campaigns, or they think they handle website builds or funnel builds, or they do some service that's pretty specific, all right? That's kind of niching into your service. But actually, what's up, guys? Great to see all y'all. But actually, it's so important not just to niche into your service. It's super important to niche into the community and the type of person you're selling your service to. So you may think, yeah, well, I have this niche and I do this type of marketing, this type of ad work, this type of creative service for my client. But it's important to actually know who that client is. So a lot of people say, well, I work for the service industry, or I work for people in e-com, or I work for local storefronts or something like that. That's the beginning of a niche, but there's so many variations of a local storefront, right? You got the nail salon, you got the body place where it's like a workout facility, you got the restaurant, you got the haircut, it's all these things, all right? That's local. What if it's e-com? Well, there's people who handle stuff on Amazon. There's people who handle stuff on Etsy. Those are two very different genres. There's also on Etsy or on Amazon, hey, thanks. There's also all these things that layer into that. There's specific niches on Etsy, people who do calligraphy, people who do paint art, people who do soap, right? So many niches. Scratch my left ear if you're seeing us. That'd be this one right here. What's up, Mike? It's great to see you. So make sure you niche down, and make sure that that niche gets super clear. So you want to actually be delivering a service like something like building funnels for Etsy stores within the bath and body works type clientele. So you want to make sure that that's actually super niched. If you're not going into a niche and you're not getting into something super specific based on both your product or service and the market you're reaching, honestly, you're going to think you're getting a lot more opportunity and a lot more places you can sell and reach. But really what you're doing is you're going to crush those really big opportunities for increasing your profit margin and becoming the expert. You can charge a lot more when you're the expert. You can charge a lot more when your niche knows you're their special person. You can charge a lot more when your copy and your photos and your graphic work and all that stuff that comes out of creative design and creative agency work is so honed in. And that increases the profit margin you have, it increases the amount of staff and systems you can actually afford to help support you in what you're doing. And it also gives you the time freedom to step back away from your agency and be really, really intuitive and strategic, okay? So that is what's going on with niching. It's so important to make sure you niche down. And if you think you don't need it, think again, be sure and be specific. I'm gonna drop it right there today. We'll do a Q&A probably later in the week. I just wanna make sure that I really handled that question because I think I've heard that probably a dozen times this week. Is it really important to have that niche? And yes, so important. One way to kind of think through that niche, if you're kind of wondering, well, what is my niche? Easy way to think that through is if you have been a generalist and you've done lots of services or you've done those services with lots of different types of clients, look back at your clientele, look back at the services you provided and see which one closed the fastest, which types of clients bought your services or referred you to more people or became the highest profit margin clients, or which services give you the highest profit margin, closed the fastest. Look for those trends that actually give you an opportunity where you can think that through and say, you know, if I was going to niche, it would be in this specific direction. Something like that is really going to start carving out the place that you should go. Make sure you're interested in it, you like doing it, because you might be doing it for a while, but make sure you think that through and be logical about the niche that you pick. All right, don't just pick one randomly because you heard somebody else having success in that. Find the one that's been working for you and just continue to hone and narrow down. Okay, everybody, y'all have a great one. I will see you guys again later in the week, maybe tomorrow, the next day I'll post something else, but just want to make sure I'm handling questions that you guys have in your creative agencies. Good to see you guys. Bye.